All right, what's up, y'all? So, we are moving on to the next episode of our draft profile series, where pretty much I am just going over the draft profile of all the prospects that the LA Rams drafted in this year's NFL draft. Pretty much what I do is I just take a look at how they're graded, their who they are, what their strengths are, weaknesses are, and then I give my personal opinion of what I think their role might be now or in the future with the Rams, and then also what I believe the Rams might think their role might be for them now or in the future. Just what their role might be on the team. And it's fun. It's these are potential new players, and it's kind of good to get to know them a little bit. It'll be interesting come training camp to see who stands out, and you know, it's good to get know a little bit of a know a little bit about them. So in this episode, we're gonna be talking about Russ Yeast from Kansas State. Hometowns Danville, Kentucky. He is a senior. Once again, Rams going after the seniors. He's on the shorter side, unfortunately, 5'10", 192. He played safety. His prospect grade was 5.50. Priority undrafted free agent. Okay. He was drafted round 7, pick 32. Let's take a look at his bio. Russ is the son of Craig Yeast, who was the SEC's all-time leader with 208 receptions when he left Kentucky to play 9 seasons of professional football in 3 leagues. The younger Yeast, Russ, made his own name as a 4-star recruit and state player of the year as a all-around offensive weapon at Center Grove High School in Indiana. Okay. Louisville signed him to play defensive back, and he started 7 games at corner as a true freshman, 2017. And he was a reserve in 2018 before moving to a starting role at safety the following year. 61 tackles, 1 interception, 4 pass breakups, 2 forced fumbles. He started 11 games for the second straight year in 2020. And then transferred to Kansas State for his final year of eligibility. So he was in Louisville for his college career, and then transferred to Kansas State his final year, in which he led the Wildcats with 4 interceptions, 10 pass breakups, and 13 starts last season, which made him a first-team All Big 12 honors for his play. Okay. Okay. It's interesting because it says he was an offense. Oh Lord, excuse me. It says he was an offensive weapon in high school, and then he switched. So that's the second player that the Rams drafted who was a offensive player in high school who made the transition to a defensive player in college. The other one was Darion Kendrick, I want to say, in Georgia. He was a wide receiver before making the switch to defense. And this is kind of interesting. It doesn't actually say what position he played. I would assume he was a receiver. But it's interesting because I think what the Rams are thinking here is the fact that these guys were former receivers, that they might be better at catching the football, and then therefore being possibly better at making interceptions and turnovers, which which I like. It also shows that they're smart players. They're able to learn new positions, a completely new position on a different team. Different defense and offense are two different squads, and then they perform. So this is interesting. Let's take a look at the overview. The Louisville transfer who put together his most productive college season in his lone year in Manhattan. Yeast is a smallish safety lacking the speed for single high or man coverage and the play strength to become a functional NFL run supporter. Yeast has had way too many busts in coverage over the years, but does show the twitch and ball skills to hound the catch when he's in position. He's a likely undrafted prospect who should find a camp invite. Well, he was drafted, so he's not going to be an undrafted prospect. His strengths, able to pedal and gain depth quickly as a two-deep safety, displayed noticeable improvement in eye balance in 2021, plays with quick reaction time to play the throw in space, makes well-timed ball challenges to shake throws loose, was a reliable tackler in space in 2021. Father was a fourth-round pick for the Bengals, and coaches high school football. See, another legacy pick. The Rams seem to like that too. They like to go after these prospects who have had family ties, who their parents, their fathers have played in the NFL, which is interesting as well. His weaknesses: long speed falls below the mark. Wide receivers will outrun him on post and over routes. It's not good. Doesn't play with consistent awareness. That's not good either. Bites on play action and gets lost in coverage. Below average burst to maintain positioning from route break. Takes suspect angles as a run defender. Okay. Well, it's round 7, so we got ourselves another project here. So I do not know personally if Russ will make the team or not. He may be like Daniel Hardy, where he gets kind of stashed on the practice squad, and the Rams may try to develop him over the next couple seasons, which has worked out for them in the past. I mean, Darius Williams was undrafted, and they kind of, they developed him for a little bit, and now he's pretty good. He was a starting cornerback, got himself paid in Jacksonville. If I got that correct, I'm pretty sure that's correct. He's over here in my neck of the woods now. But yeah, I mean, him and like Troy Hill, coming back. Troy Hill was grown in house. So the Rams have they have a history of developing these type of players, these undrafted low round picks, into at the very least being serviceable. And sometimes it takes multiple seasons, multiple years in order to do that. And I feel like Russ is one of these prospects that will be the same, where they stick him on the practice squad, and maybe in a couple of years, he might turn out to be something. If he keeps his head down, studies the playbook, works hard, goes hard in training camp. Who knows? Who knows? But looking forward to seeing how these guys do in training camp. Should be interesting. But I'm really liking how the Rams are building their franchise. They're drafting players that could play a serviceable role like multiple years down the line here. I really like that. It's very, very efficient. And I'm just, as a Rams fan, it's so nice to see, because anyone who has followed this team, dude, for the majority of my adult life, the Rams were awful team. And just to see them turn it around like this, to win the Super Bowl. Now they're making smart decisions. They're being this, they're a lot of people, they're like, oh, the Rams are spending so much money. Well, they're not just buying. They're being smart with it. They're like, building the contracts, writing up the contracts to where it doesn't hurt them with the cap. They are getting good free agents, to help their team for the immediate success. They are making good trades. Well, trades getting good players in this building to help win now, with the immediate needs and being successful. But then they're also drafting like these low round undrafted guys and stashing them away and like growing them and growing them throughout the years to possibly one day be a serviceable player and maybe even a starter. It's just it's very well done. And to my fellow Rams fans, I would just enjoy it. Just enjoy it. Really enjoy it, please, because it's the Rams are like there might be something special happening here because there's not many teams. I don't see many teams running as an organization as, I don't want to say smoothly, but as efficiently as the Rams have been the past couple of years since we hired Sean. And it's just a joy to watch. So just enjoy it, because odds are in our lifetime the Rams will go back to being terrible. I hope not. Knock on wood. Knock on wood. I just knock on wood. Hopefully that doesn't happen. I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer or anything. It's just it comes in waves generally. And for the majority of my adult life, the Rams were a laughing stock, man. I started watching when they were the greatest show on turf. Then they became a clown show for many, many years. And now they've turned it around, and now they're a respected team who is building for the future. So just enjoy it. Enjoy each game. Enjoy it while it lasts, man. It's pretty good. So went off on a little bit of a tangent there. But Russ, good luck to you. Try as hard as you can in training camp, and we'll see what happens. But this is going to be it for this video. I will catch you guys on the next one. And as always, go Rams.